Nobody really likes to get called out, but for Republicans, accountability is their kryptonite. They're all so good at just following each other, getting in line, and never holding each other accountable. But now, this is starting to change, because Trump's defense secretary was just confronted in front of NATO's chief, and you can tell Pete Hegseth did not like this. How's it going? My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, due to Trump not being held accountable either, he continues down the path of madness, and it's only getting worse. I'm not kidding. Every single day, it's getting worse. And now even Republicans, more and more of them, are starting to recognize this. In fact, Kellyanne Conway was on Fox News where she explained how Trump was actually hurting small businesses.
There is a concern among many of us that small businesses will suffer first. They have operating capital for 2 or 4 weeks, not 2 or 4 years. And many of them rely on the larger retailers to buy their goods and then resell them or to make their own businesses work. So that's a concern.
I'm sure the conservatives will now call her woke or a rhino or a traitor or something like that. But I commend the few Republicans that aren't afraid to step out of line. Even more so, Conway is right. Small businesses are hurting. As recently, even farmers have spoken to CNN about how badly Trump's affecting them.
I think, unfortunately, it's not just the tariffs that are causing the problem. It's just overall uncertainty. You know, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 hours. You know, something absolutely could change 180 degrees, just like what we're seeing right now. You know, he's talking about all but removing the tariff from China.
It's just so hard because everything is up in the air. Like, we're having calves right now. We don't know whether to hold them back or sell them. We don't know what to plan on. And for us, everything has to be planned so far out in advance. The uncertainty hurts more, honestly, than what the individual prices do. We stand a chance of overcoming prices. We can't overcome uncertainty.
So if this lack of accountability is enough to cause the destruction of the American economy and the destruction of any semblance of American morality, this lack of accountability has also now compromised our national security. Pete Hegseth is a complete buffoon, and we've been covering the countless signal scandals that continuously engulf him. But to make matters worse, it's now been revealed that Pete Hegseth used the Signal app on a personal computer in his office that was connected to the internet on an unsecured commercial line. Zero accountability equals zero competence.
This just adds to the controversy around Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. So as you said, according to 2 sources, we're learning that Hegseth used the Signal app on a personal computer in his office that was connected to the internet on an unsecured commercial line. What you mentioned is called a dirty line. And that was installed at Pete Hegseth's request so he could use the Signal app on his personal computer. So why is this important? Well, a commercial internet line does not have the firewall protections that the Department of Defense's unclassified system has, so that makes it potentially susceptible to being monitored, particularly if sensitive information is being communicated.
This is just embarrassing. It's like Pete Hegseth doesn't even care anymore. It's like he's just owning up to the fact that he's an incompetent loser. And now all of this has come to a massive head, as Pete Hegseth was confronted in front of NATO's chief about his use of Signal, and he didn't like it so much.
Excuse us, please.
Sure, good to see you, Chairman. How are you doing? Good luck in your job. Thank you very much. Really. A lot on your shoulders.
Nice to see you.
Oh, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Nice to see you.
Pleasure to see you. How are you doing? Good morning. How's life?
Good, sir.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Ah, sir. Good morning. Good to see you again. How's life? Sir, it's a pleasure. Good to see you.
Shall we?
Mr. Secretary, are you still using Signal for work purposes?
Secretary, get to work, which is what we do.
But it's abundantly clear that Hegseth doesn't want any accountability. He's fired a bunch of top Pentagon staff, and now sources are claiming that the Pentagon is a free-for-all.
For all their talk about discipline and strength, today's GOP is proving once again that what they really lack is accountability. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, a Trump ally with no prior government experience, has turned the Pentagon into a chaotic mess. Within just 100 days, he's gutted his leadership team, lost 5 top officials, and is now surrounded by personal allies instead of qualified experts. Paperwork is stalled, major defense programs are on the brink of collapse, and the Pentagon is being run like a reality show, more focused on flashy workout videos than national security. And now, finally, someone said what everyone's been thinking, to his face. In a moment that stunned the room, Pete Hegseth was publicly called out for his failures right in front of NATO's Secretary-General. It was a rare glimpse of accountability, and Hegseth hated it.
Trump is a clown, his entire administration is a clown, and they're going to continue to be a circus until enough people hold them accountable.